I have never had a Bethea's Byte this loaded ever. Today is the day, and like I said when I advertised this, Bethea's Byte is reloaded literally, and it all begins right now. And it is a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Salem, Oregon, and I've got 5 stories to get to today. This is Bethea's Byte Reloaded, your home for news, opinions, debates, your voice and justice served. I am Ernest Bethea, the last outlaw. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get into it. Story number 1. We go to Bardstown, Kentucky. FBI agents descended on a Bardstown farm on Monday morning to search the site where Crystal Rogers was last seen alive before she disappeared 7 years ago. Agents began searching before sunrise at the farm on Pascal Ballard Lane. The farm is owned by the family of Brooks Houck, the last person to see Rogers alive. It has already been searched multiple times, most recently 2 years ago in 2020. Crystal Rogers was last seen on July 3rd, 2015. The next day, her car was found on the side of the Bluegrass Parkway with her purse, phone, and keys still inside. But still, there was no sign of another attack. Houck was named as the main suspect, but has never been charged in relation to it. Multiple FBI and other law enforcement vehicles converged on the farm on that Monday. Many of them were in side-by-side ATVs to get in and out of areas of the nearly 300-acre farm. A mobile command center and multiple trailers and several tents were also set up. The FBI took over the investigation into Rogers' disappearance 2 years ago. Since then, the agency has executed several search warrants for the many properties that Hope owned in Bardstown. Last summer, FBI agents spent more than a week in a Bardstown neighborhood in search of information in Rogers' disappearance. Agents said they found multiple items of interest that were, quote, potentially relevant to their investigation. After they zeroed in on the driveway of one home, which was built by a construction company owned by House. The FBI is still investigating the death of Rogers' father, Tommy Ballard, who was shot and killed in 2016 while hunting on his own property more than a year after Rogers went missing. FBI officials said the search could take several days, depending on weather and ground conditions. Crystal Rogers' mother, Sherry Ballard, spoke to reporters on Monday afternoon as the search continued. I don't really know how I feel. I'm trying not to get too excited about it because I don't want such a letdown if nothing found. But at the same time, I cannot. And as you can see, here's a picture of Mr. Rogers. Ballard says she is just praying that God is giving me the answers today or tomorrow or whatever it takes. This is such a big day for us. It's such a hard day. Gosh, it's very hard. The FBI has always kept Ballard up to date, she said, although she understands they can't tell me about a search before it's happening or anything like that. I respect that. Yeah, everything they do is a blessing to me because it may take me one step closer to finding my daughter. Although Pam has been searched several times, Ballard says she always worries something might have been missed. It's such a huge problem, but it takes so long to go through something like that, Ballard said. I guess as a mom in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, God, will she still be there? I guess until I find her, I'm never going to be happy with that mom. I always think that's the last place she was seen. Could she be there? Or maybe it was overlooked. We searched through the woods numerous times, and we have walked through something and come back by and seen something we totally missed. Ballard says Houck told investigators and others that the farm was the last place he saw Rogers. They never really given me an answer on that, Ballard said. Just because Brooks said they went to the farm. That's the only answer I ever got, is that Brooks said it was the last place they went. I don't even know for sure that my daughter even made it to that point, honestly. I don't have proof of that, and I'm sure the police are not sharing everything. They can't share everything. Ballard took a moment to thank the public for the support she has during the past 7 years. I can honestly tell you, without the support of this community backing me, I could not be where I'm at today. It's nice to know that people feel what I feel in my heart and that they really do support me on that. And they're vocal about it when I'm out in public. And I appreciate all their prayers. After 7 years of investigation, Ballard said she still can't figure out why no one saw her daughter's car as it was abandoned on Bluegrass Parkway. I think we've pretty much covered most everything, she said. The only thing that would be in the back of my mind is how my daughter's car got on Bluegrass Parkway. Someone had to see that car on that BG. It was a busy holiday weekend, and I can't believe that nobody saw that car just dropped off there. So if it strikes anyone's memory that they may have seen that, that's the biggest thing I would want out there. That if everybody saw her car on that BG, if they could just come forward. So basically, I'm asking everyone watching, if you have any information on the whereabouts of Christopher Rogers or any updates, please call your local authorities. Let me know. Let me know, and I'll report it here. Bottom line, bottom line, we are we are we are investigating this thing wholeheartedly, and we are making sure that the family finds Mr. Rogers, and if necessary, we seek justice for Mr. Rogers. Moving right along, we have another story here. Give me one moment to get this loaded up. Here we go. We have a Texas mom's body discovered by her 5-year-old daughter, and the ex-boyfriend is charged with her murder. A young mother in Amarillo, Texas, was shot to death on August 18th and authorities now believe that it was her ex-boyfriend who killed her. Sharina Ann Webster's body was found by her 5-year-old daughter shortly after 5 a.m. The little girl contacted her grandmother, who then called 911. When officers arrived at the scene, they determined that Webster, 36, had been shot to death. According to property records obtained by ABC 7 News, shout out to them in Amarillo, Webster had closed on the home in February. Several homes in the brand new neighborhood were not yet completed. But also, according to an arrest affidavit obtained by NBC4 News, shout out to you as well, at least one neighbor's surveillance cameras were working. The neighbor provided video to police and that appeared to show a vehicle driven by Webster's ex-boyfriend, Eric Mitchell Rivas. The vehicle arrived at the scene just after 3 a.m. and stayed there until after 4:15 a.m. Webster's body was discovered less than an hour later. The arrest affidavit that claims that officers found a ladder against Webster's back fence. The ladder belonged to Rivas's workplace. They also found footprints in the backyard that they believe belonged to Rivas. Here's a picture of our guy, Eric Mitchell Rivas. If he is responsible, I hope justice is served and served swiftly. The affidavit claims that Webster and Rivas had dated for several years, but Webster had recently ended the relationship and was speaking to other men. Her mother told police that her daughter was scheduled to leave town on or about August 19th to meet a romantic interest in Colorado. People magazine confirms that Rivas has been arrested and charged with 1 count of murder. He's being held at the Wise County Jail on a $500,000 bond. He has not yet entered a plea, and court records do not reflect an attorney authorized to speak on his behalf. And I'm going to go ahead and put this out here now about today, about this month, as we're getting close to the end of it. This is still October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. An estimated 10 million people a year are physically abused by an intimate partner. And that's according to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence. You do not have to be a part of that statistic. If you, or someone you love, is experiencing domestic violence, you are encouraged to call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. 1-800-799-7233, or go to thehotline.org. Thehotline.org. All calls are toll free and confidential, and the hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in more than 170 languages. So there you go. We got a monster that we're looking for. No, not necessarily we're looking for him, but he's a monster. We hope we got him, and we hope that all the evidence that's surrounding his case will bring swift justice to Eric Mitchell Rivas. All right. Next up, we got a Florida bodybuilder. He's charged with his ex's murder after police found bones in a backyard burn pile. This is what I mean when I say I had a fully loaded lineup. I mean this. Here's our ex bodybuilder, and next to that picture is a picture of the victim. A Florida bodybuilder charged with murder after charred remains were found in a backyard burn pile. Ian Christopher Bannock, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, age 43, is accused of killing his 39-year-old ex-wife, Katie Samantha Bannock, who was last seen September 29. Prior to her disappearance, Katie accused Bannock of physically abusing one of their children. She also received an injunction for domestic violence against him on behalf of the child. Police learned of Katie's disappearance after a friend contacted the Hendry County Sheriff's Office and reported she was concerned for her friend's safety. The friend told police on September 29th around 9 p.m. Katie dropped off two of her kids and was going to Bannock's home to pick up some of her personal belongings. She had not been seen since. The following day, officers found her car outside Bannock's home with her purse still inside the vehicle. Officers returned to the home, with a search warrant and found evidence that a homicide had occurred there, according to a federal criminal complaint obtained by People magazine. Law enforcement also allegedly found blood inside Bannock's vehicle trunk after they applied luminol and signs of struggle, according to the complaint. The complaint also says that there was damage to the wall and exposed screws in the wall where an object appeared to be previously mounted. Inside a safe, law enforcement allegedly found her wedding band and engagement ring, as well as 13 silencers. On October 1st, law enforcement interviewed Ian Christopher Bannock, and the former bodybuilder alleged that he saw Katie on September 29th after she called him up and said she needed gasoline for her vehicle, according to the complaint. He told officers that after she arrived, they got in an argument over another woman, and he went to bed because he didn't want to fight with her. When he woke up, she was gone, he alleged. According to the complaint, police asked him about the blood in his vehicle, and he claimed that if there was blood, it was due to groceries that he had transported. During the interview, Bannock said that he did not have a body of Katie Bannock and disputed that she was actually a missing person. That same day, law enforcement searched Bannock's property and allegedly found a fragment of a human mandible with an inactive tooth. Excuse me. During the interview, Bannock said that they didn't have a body of Katie Bannock and disputed that she was actually a missing person. That same day, law enforcement searched Bannock's property and allegedly found a human mandible with an intact tooth in a fresh burn pile and discovered a blue 50-gallon barrel near the burn pile, which reeked of decaying flesh. Law enforcement discovered more human bone fragments inside the barrel and around the burn pile. Bannock, an International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness competitor, is also charged with destruction and concealing physical evidence, use of a two-way communication device to facilitate a felony, cremating a dead body 48 hours after death, and failure to report that death to the medical examiner. He is also charged federally with possession of an unregistered weapon, and federal authorities found silencers in his home. He is currently being held in the Hendry County Jail with no bond. A preliminary hearing was scheduled last Thursday and or Friday. His attorney couldn't be reached for comment. The date for that preliminary hearing is confirmed by NBC News. Shout out to those guys. As far as my thoughts on Mr. Bannock and if that's your ex-wife and you're not getting along with her, I don't care what the situation calls for. Just leave. Get out of it. If he had did that, he probably wouldn't be in the mess he's in now. At least that's my thinking. Now we're on the case of a missing. This one has got my head spinning. We're on the case of a missing Texas teen that was found in Nebraska, and police find his dead mother in the trunk of his car. This is one of those stories I gotta take my time reading. So not only can I get the information wrapped around my own head, but you can try to wrap this information around your heads as well. On your right is Michelle Rowans. On your left is Michelle's son. All right, let's get it. A Texas teenager has been arrested after authorities say they found him driving through Nebraska with his mother's body in the trunk of the car. Tyler Rowland, 17, and his 49-year-old mother, Michelle Rowland, were reported missing Thursday. That's according to documents obtained by ABC 13. Again, Tyler's father contacted police after he found blood and a human tooth in the garage of their home in Humble, Texas. Tyler's father then followed a trail of blood into the master bedroom, where he allegedly found four additional human teeth and pool of blood. Surveillance footage allegedly shows the family's Mazda 3 leaving the house at 11:44 a.m. on Thursday. According to court documents which were obtained by 50houston.com, shout out, shout out to that group as well. Michelle Rowland's credit card was used in Texas and Kansas, allegedly en route to Nebraska. The car's license plate was also pinged on a radar near Dallas, Texas. Hmm. Based on the evidence, authorities figured out that the car was likely heading northbound. They alerted authorities in Nebraska to be on the lookout for the Mazda. When the Nebraska Highway Patrol spotted the vehicle and attempted to stop it, the driver allegedly fled. After an ensuing car chase that reached speeds of 110 miles an hour, the vehicle crashed into a semi truck. After an ensuing car chase that reached speeds of 110 miles an hour, the vehicle crashed into a semi truck and then into a ditch. I stopped right at points where it's it's interesting, but at the same time, it's sad, it's frightening, the works. Authorities say that Tyler Rowlands was behind the wheel. He's hospitalized in serious condition. Michelle Rose's body was found in the trunk of the car. According to court documents, a preliminary investigation determined that she died of blunt force trauma. And, ladies and gentlemen, for me, that is over. Blunt force trauma and strangulation. Man, and it's confirmed. People magazine confirmed that authorities have charged Tyler Rowlands with an unauthorized use of the vehicle. According to the Houston Chronicle, authorities say that additional charges may follow. Well, Tyler Rowlands has not yet entered a plea for the charge. And Court records do not reflect an attorney authorized to speak on his behalf. Anyone with information on this case is urged to contact the Harris County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit at 713-755 6056, excuse me, 713-755-6056, or call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-8477, 713-222-8477. Tyler Rowan has not yet entered a plea to the charge, and court records do not reflect an attorney authorized to speak on his behalf, and his bond has not been set. I'm trying to think of words to say at this point regarding this particular story. I mean, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. What could have happened for a 17-year-old kid, 17-year-old kid who was just hope there are people out there that can not only do better than I am as far as trying to wrap my brain around this, but they have some information that'll bring us closer to justice. And how alone, if you are guilty, it's just for you, it's for you. Finally, I got an Amber Alert that I can update you on. But first, here's the original story. An Amber Alert was issued for children believed to be in extreme danger. This is out of Hampton, Virginia. An Amber Alert has been issued for two children, Adriana and Jaxon Truitt, who were abducted from a Walmart in Hampton, Virginia. Virginia State Police said the children are believed to be in extreme danger. The abduction happened on Sunday at 2:30 in the afternoon at a Walmart located at 1900 Cunningham Drive in Hampton. Adriana is described as a 1-year-old girl with sandy hair and blue eyes. She weighs around 30 pounds and was last seen wearing a white long sleeve onesie, gray sweatpants, and a red, white, and blue baseball socks. Jaxon is described as a 2-year-old boy who is biracial with brown hair and brown eyes. He weighs around 25 pounds and was last seen wearing a long sleeve black shirt with the phrase "Born to Win" in red text. I look at this particular case, and at that time I thought, I pray to God those kids are found. But I read onward. The children are believed to be abducted by Timothy Truitt, a 6'1" white man with brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a black T-shirt with a yellow logo on the chest, gray shorts, and white shoes. Last seen driving a maroon sedan. I'm here to update you that as of Monday afternoon, by the time I was able to get this put onto my Microsoft Word program, both Adriana and Jaxon Truitt have been found, and they are doing just fine. Thank God for that. So now that we got all those stories out the way, I am going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to one of my dear friends in the true crime community, Arctic Fox Reloaded. Excuse me, Arctic Fox Reloaded. Arctic Fox True Crime, and he has some missing persons cases I think will be worth your time and attention. All right, let's start with the most recent update. Okay, well, first off, we're missing Sean Reddish.
This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're just going to revisit quickly the missing persons case of Sean Reddish. I've covered Sean's case previously on my channel, but he is still missing, and his mother is getting increasingly concerned about his safety and his well-being. His family has been out on Facebook all over the place making pleas for anyone. What's going on, YouTube? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're just in brown eyes, and his family states that this is with the family, and my heart goes out.
Okay, so we don't have any audio, so I'll just have to go off of what we have in front of us.
What's going on,
Sean
YouTube?
Reddish.
This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're just going to revisit quickly.
Sean Reddish was last seen August 31st, 2022 on surveillance inside of Rocky's gas station in Crawfordville, Florida. His vehicle was found abandoned about 2 miles from the gas station off of Spring Creek Highway on September 2nd, 2022. Family states that this is very out of character for Sean.
And to help
he is balding and
home.
walks a bit
Sean is
hunched
48
over.
years old. He
If
is
anyone has any information regarding his whereabouts, please contact the Leon County Sheriff's Office at 850-606-5800. Again, 850-606-5800, and the case number is 220-12423.
Crawfordville, Florida. His vehicle was later found abandoned about 2 miles
Sean,
from the
let's
gas
bring him home
station
safe,
off
right?
of Spring Creek.
We're missing 21-year-old Rio Boyd. Rio Boyd. Rio Boyd was last seen October 17, 2022 in Spanaway, Washington. She left home to walk to a friend's house, but she never arrived there. Rio was wearing blue jeans. Her cell phone was found on the 400 block of Field Road in Spanaway. If you have any information, you ask to call the Pierce County Police Department at 253-287-4455, 253-287-4455, and the case number is 222-920-1282. Rio Boyd is 21 years of age, with brown hair, blue and hazel eyes. Stands 5'7", but her weight is unknown. We're looking for Brooke Marie Wimmer. Brooke is 16 years of age with brown hair, but she dyes it. Brown eyes, stands 5'6", weighs 200 pounds. The Roanoke County Police Department has attempted to locate a missing 16-year-old juvenile. She's been missing since October 15, 2022 from Roanoke County, Virginia. She removed her ankle tracker and may be in the company of Nick Whitting. He is known to drive a green Volkswagen with no hood and a loud exhaust. No license plate information is given for that vehicle. Nick may live on Mountain Avenue in Roanoke City. Nick may also have ties to individuals in Benton, Virginia. He is not believed to be in any immediate danger. If you see Brooke and have any information on her whereabouts, you're asked to call the Roanoke County Police Department 540-562-3265. 540-562-3265.
Rick Fox, welcome back to the channel. Today we are covering the missing persons case of 16-year-old Skylar Cabinet.
The Nelson County Sheriff's Department is asking for your help in finding and locating Skylar M. Cabinet. Skylar is 16 years of age with red hair, brown eyes, stands 5'6", weighs 125 pounds. She was last seen around 10 p.m. on October 21st, 2022 at her residence in the Faber area of Nelson County, Virginia. If you have any information on her whereabouts, they ask you to call the Nelson County Sheriff's Department at 434-262-7050, 434-263-7050, or call 911. 18-year-old James Dobbs is missing from Kershaw, South Carolina. James is 18 years of age with dark blonde or light brown hair, with blue eyes, stands 6'1", weighs 175 pounds. He was last seen on October 12, 2022 in the area of Ingram Street in Kershaw, South Carolina. He was wearing black jeans, a black short sleeve shirt, and black Nike shoes. It is believed that James left with an unknown male driving a 2007 or 2008 red Honda Accord with unknown South Carolina tags. James's cell phone has been turned off since he disappeared. If anyone has any information regarding the whereabouts of James Dodd or any information regarding his disappearance, you're asked to contact the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office. The number there is 803-283-3388. Again, that's 803-283-3388. Give my numbers back to you. Yes, friends, I'm playing catch up. I'm playing catch up with missing persons cases right now. Thanks to my good friend Arctic Fox True Crime. I give him a huge shout out for doing his due diligence
with
on all these
black
cases.
hair and brown eyes. The Stafford County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help.
Kevin Johnson Jr. is missing. Stafford County Sheriff's Office needs help locating missing 16-year-old Kevin Johnson Jr. His last known location was October 20th of 2022 in the area of the Chaplin Youth Center in Stafford County, Virginia. He was last seen wearing a black Nike sweatshirt and black shoes. He's 16 years of age, black hair, brown eyes, stands 5'8", weighs 102 pounds. If you have any information on Kevin's whereabouts, you ask to contact the Stafford County Sheriff's Office at 540-658-4400. It's 540-658-4400. Mm. 34-year-old Rochelle Lawson is missing from Johnson City, Tennessee. She has been reported missing after leaving a psychiatric facility in Johnson City, Tennessee on October 9th, right around that time. She may have been transported from there to Morristown, Jefferson City, Dandridge area. She is homeless with no phone, no money, or ID. She is stuck in a mentally debilitating religious-based delusional disorder. She stands 5'3" and weighs around 115 to 125 pounds. If you have any information on Rochelle Lawson's whereabouts, please call 911.
Stephen Smith. He has been
Okay,
missing.
ladies and gentlemen, we're looking for this. This is Stephen Smith. He's missing from Lebanon, Tennessee. I don't know if we have any information on him, but we're asking you to get this picture of him out here, Stephen Smith, and bring him home. Let's bring him home safe. In fact, all the missing persons cases that I just brought before you, let's do what we can to bring all those people home safe. If you see something, say something. That's a message that we in the true crime community cannot we cannot boast that enough. 16-year-old Dominique Brunson is missing. Albemarle County Police Department is attempting to locate a missing 16-year-old male. Dominique Brinson was last seen at K-Tech, CATEC, on Rio Road in Albemarle County, Virginia, on October 19th. He was last seen wearing a black puffy jacket, black pants, white Nike Air Jordan shoes with purple laces, and a beige backpack. He has earrings in both ears and 2 razor strips in his right eyebrow. He's 16 years of age, black hair, brown eyes, stands 5'11" and weighs 130 pounds. If you have any information on his whereabouts, you're asked to contact the Albemarle County Department at 434-296-5807. 434-296-5807. And finally, we are looking for 15-year-old Harbor Whacker missing out of Mobile, Alabama. Samuel Harbor Whacker, who goes by Harbor, was last seen on October 8, 2022 at approximately 7:30 p.m. local time on or near Bayou Road on Hollinger's Island, located in Mobile, Alabama. At the time, Harbor was observed in the company of a male teen riding his gray mountain bike while wearing a white tank top, red Crocs, and blue floral swimming shorts. His hair is blonde, wavy, approximately shoulder length, but maybe dyed red or brown. At the time of his disappearance, Harbor's hair was in a knot on top of his head with the underneath shaven. He has one tattoo on his right ankle, a brown quarter-sized birthmark on his left forearm, and both ears pierced. Harbor does not take medication that he is currently without, and let me rephrase that. He does take medication that he is currently without, and therefore he may need medical assistance. Harbor is 15 years of age with blonde hair, which, like I said, he'll dye either red or brown. Stands at 5'7" and weighs 150 pounds. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Samuel Harbor Whacker, you're asked to call Detective George Busby with the Mobile Police Department. The area code is 251, 208-7211. Again, that's Detective George Busby, Mobile Police Department. Number is 251-208-7211. And the case number for this is M222-1000-871. And believe it or not, I think that's gonna do it. This is gonna be it's now I won't say it's a short edition, but it's right around that ideal length. Again, I'm promoting this. I'm promoting this until the end of October. October, once again, is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You do not have to be in that statistic where an estimated 10 million people a year are physically abused by an intimate partner. That goes male and female, ladies and gentlemen. If you or someone you love are experiencing domestic violence, you are asked to call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The number is 1-800-799-7233. 1-800-799-7233, or go to thehotline.org. Thehotline.org. All calls are free and confidential. The hotline is available 24/7 in more than 170 countries. Both you, yourself, you, and others. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Truitt. Byte. And thank you all so much. This was a fully reloaded edition, if you want to call it that. 5 cases plus missing persons, and I want to keep on doing this because you're the ones that's keeping me doing it. So thank you again, thank you again. In fact, add it to my head, not my heart, but got it got I gained 2 more followers via YouTube, and I want to say thank you to them, and I thank all my subscribers for keeping the kids like reloaded and running. Like, in fact, instead of me just running my mouth thank you, let me thank you the way I'm running through it. Until next time, you all know what to do. Like this. Hey guys, this is The Last Outlaw. I want to take this time to say thank you for watching and subscribing to Bethea's Byte Reloaded. I have said many times over, it is you that is the reason Bethea's Byte stays reloaded and running. I couldn't do this without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Be sure to follow Bethea's Byte Reloaded all over social media, including Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, the message board at Bethea'sByte.com, email at kingofhearts316_09 at outlook.com. I will also have teasers for upcoming videos posted to YouTube as well as TikTok at kingofhearts316 2021. This is the home for news, opinions, debates, your voice, and justice served. This is Bethea's Byte, and it's reloaded. Thank you for watching Bethea's Byte Reloaded.